Man, it's Loki Lockdown, and we're back here with another video today, man. We got Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, another fight that will be taking place at UFC 300, which is this Saturday, April the 13th, man. And we're here to give y'all the full breakdown, the full spill, the real what it is of what this scenario is going to be like. For one, Bobby Green just came off of that terrifically bad knockout loss against Jalen Turner, where, the ref was not reffing, you know what I'm saying? He got beat up a lot longer than he was supposed to be getting beat up for. And then, Jim Miller just came off of a great submission win against whoever the fuck that random person was that he fought. I don't know his name, but I know that he just came off of a good submission win, and I was watching it, and he looked pretty good, and he looked like he was still holding up for his age. And, it's just, yeah, man, he's doing pretty good for his age. He still looks fresh, he still looks fast, he still looks like he can, he still like he can get down in that octagon, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. For one, just give y'all a little fun fact real quick. Jim Miller was on UFC 100, 200, and now will be on 300. And you know what I'm saying? That's, this got to mean something. That's pretty special, man, to still be able to be out here kicking ass at that age, man. You've been on all the 100 cards of the UFC, and you're still out here kicking ass and still out here winning fights. Usually people are retired and in retirement homes by then, or their brain is just too fucked up to even fight, or their reflexes are too fried to even keep up. You know what I'm saying? So look, for one, Bobby Green is a very, very, very good boxer with slick head movement. Even though his defense is bad, his head movement is good. He just doesn't implement all of the aspects of defense that he could possibly implement to not get knocked the fuck out. It's, you can't just depend on solely head movement, because when you get backed up against the cage, there's only a few places your head can move, and that's left and right, and maybe down, but that's not a good idea either, because you're backed up against the octagon. It leaves you open for knees, it leaves you open for kicks, it just leaves you open for too much just to rely on just straight head movement. You know what I'm saying? So look, I feel like, has Bobby Green recovered from that fucking tremendous brain damage that he took in that Jalen Turner fight? I don't know. Will he look the same? Will his reflexes be the same? Will his hands move just as fast? Do you think he's fully recovered? Will it be easy to knock him out again? Jim Miller does have power in his hands. We noticed that in that a couple of fights. He's got a few knockouts on his record. He also has an amazing ground game. He has some good jiu-jitsu. He submitted Charles Oliveira before. He has a very good ground game. He took down Dustin Poirier. He's got good ground game, dude. He's got a solid ground game, a solid-ass ground game. He's really pretty much solid all the way around. Nothing amazing, nothing spectacular, but he has, well, maybe, bro. I think it's just his fight IQ might not be as good. I don't know how to explain it. I think he has great everything, but he just doesn't implement it in the way that it should be implemented at the time to win the fights that he's trying to win. He has everything to win these fights, but he just didn't put it together quite. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop over elaborating that shit. But anyways, man, the only problem I can possibly see for Jim Miller in this fight is being able to, really hit Bobby Green like how everybody else is. Because Bobby Green's style is just so much different. He moves his head off the center line a lot. He makes sure that his movement is very weird. His stockward is very stockward. What the fuck did I just say? Stockward? His style is very awkward, and it's just hard to land a good solid punch on this guy, because he's always moving. He's doing this his weird movements with his hands, and he just throws punches from weird angles and shit. Jim Miller got very solid crisp boxing, as you've seen in a lot of these clips that I put on here for you. He can definitely stand toe-to-toe with anybody in that ring. Is there any boxer in that ring he can stand toe-to-toe and bang with. Jim Miller, he doesn't get knocked out often. He's not too old to, we're at a point where he's just a vegetable or no shit like that, even though he seemed like he should be at this point. But yeah, man, who do I favor winning this fight? I think I favor Bobby Green if Bobby Green is healthy and his brain is okay. I favor Jim Miller if Bobby Green... I favor Jim Miller if Bobby Green is slightly impaired, or if he seems slower than normal. I would favor him, and I would favor him by round 2 submission. I honestly think that this fight goes all 3 of the rounds, and I honestly think that Bobby Green will either beat him by decision, or I want to say by decision or submission. Not submission. Not Bobby Green. I'm tripping. I'm the wrong person. Decision or knockout if Bobby Green beats him. That's just because Bobby Green, there's only a few ways that he can win. He doesn't wrestle. He's not really a submission specialist, unless you're talking about fucking that Tony Ferguson fight. And that wasn't really a specialist kind of thing. That was realistically just, him. He submitted Tony Ferguson. But yeah, man, I think that Bobby Green has a very good chance to win this fight. I hope that Jim Miller wins this fight because it would be nice to have him win a fight on the last 100 card that he'll probably be on ever. Because if this man lives for this man's career lives for another 100 card, I don't want to see what his fights are going to look like because it's going to look really bad because he's going to be really goddamn old. So with that being said, man, what y'all think? I think that Bobby Green wins this fight, and I think it's going to be via decision. I feel like this is going to be a tough competitive fight. I feel like it's going to be interesting. I just want to see how both of them are moving because both of them are compromised in their own way as far as, Jim Miller's age and that might start playing a factor. You never know when it's going to start. And Bobby Green's brain, he just keeps getting knocked out, and this is not good for his brain. And I know it's just slowing his reflexes, timing, and all that. And with that being said, man, I don't know what to say. I feel like Bobby Green is going to edge the decision over him in a slightly, close contested fight. So with that being said, man, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see next, man. And we out.